Things have settled down here at the Big A with the Empire State Building not too far off in the distance. The sightlines unparalleled, the racing action top-notch, and the Christmas break is in the air. A special and rare Monday edition of Aqueduct Insider right here on MSG Plus. The Mig, Richard Migliore alongside Jason Blewitt, our second-floor clubhouse studios. You looking forward to the break, my friend?
I am truly looking forward to the break. We had to get this last Monday in, though, just so we can say goodbye and wish everybody a happy holiday. I'm thrilled about it. I'll miss the racing action. I'll miss coming down here doing the show with you. But I am certainly looking forward to a little bit of R&R.
We are dark here through Friday, December 26th. We'll get back in action with the Pick 6 carryover. Nobody hit the sequence here on this Monday program. The calendar giveaway as well, $3 a calendar. More on that a bit later in the day. As time goes on, we look ahead to 2015. The Eclipse Awards are right around the corner. The season is starting to wind down. And look, all that being said, we get through the winter, no snow. Let's get temperatures maybe averaging in the mid-30s, high 30s, low 40s, and we'll be back on the main track before you know it on April 1st, start of the Wood Memorial Week here at Aqueduct, and the first ever Aqueduct Spring Showcase.
Yeah, and I really like this. I think it's going to lend some excitement coming out of the winter to the spring meet at Aqueduct, and enticing maybe some of the trainers, instead of going from Florida to Keeneland, to come back to New York with such a rise in the stake schedule as well as the purses. I mean, $70,000 maiden races. If that's not enough to bring you back home to New York, I don't know what is.
And 14 stakes, a whole bunch of them will be inaugurated stakes, $100,000 stakes for 3-year-olds on the turf, 3-year-old fillies on the turf, fillies and mares on the turf throughout the month of April, and 14 stakes in all anchored by the $1 million TwinSpires.com Wood Memorial. That'll be a great day, Saturday, April 5th, with the new track announcer actually calling the action.
Yeah, Larry Comas will get into the booth then, and I think it's really, to me, that's when spring actually begins, because now we know we're right around the corner from the Kentucky Derby. Most of the major preps are in the books. That's the most exciting time of the year for me.
Well, the Intertrack's been good so far. We've got 9 races over the fast dinner here on this Monday afternoon, and we get you back with Travis Stone calling the action. It is race number 3, third leg of the Pick 5, and here's Travis.
Ride Seek to Destroy toward the inside is off well, too. So up the backstretch they go. Attractive Rides in front. Seek to Destroy second and inside. Italian Rules comes out in third. Love to Run is away fourth. Indices fifth at about 5 lengths off the lead between Hearing Cool, 6th on the outside. 6 or 7 lengths back to Real Estate Rich at the back. So the field heads for the fire turn. Seek to Destroy comes through on the inside of Attractive Ride and takes the field onto the fire turn. With Love to Run hovering to their outside, those 3 across the track with 3 furlongs to go. First quarter was 23 and 4/5 seconds. A break of 2 back to Italian Rules and NDC. Those 2 paired up 4th and 5th. 5 lengths from there to between Hearing Cool. And still at the back is Real Estate Rich as the field hits the top of the stretch. Seek to Destroy down inside. Love to Run outside. Attractive Ride between those 2. With Italian Rules trying to close from the far outside in 4th. NDC is toward the inside running in 5th. It's Love to Run with a narrow lead, but it's tenuous at best as Italian Rules is finding stride on the outside, and Italian Rules, with a last furlong burst of speed to get up and win it, wins it by about 1.25 lengths in the end. Tight for second, Seek to Destroy, Love to Run, or Attractive Ride.
Old 9-year-old, the Delmar boy turned in a track warrior. Italian Rules in from the West Coast, 2 wins in 5 days.
He's happy to be near the beach, even though it's Jamaica Bay, not La Jolla, but certainly a 9-year-old found his really good form. That was his 5th win from 8 starts this year. You've got to really appreciate when an older horse finds that form, and that's, you know, when you got to run them. You got to make hay when the sun shines.
Well, Naipaul Chatterpall's done a good job off the claim with Italian Rules, who first came to this circuit in the summer of 2013, was claimed out on the West Coast at Delmar, in fact, by Eric Guillot, brought to Saratoga. He's had a whole bunch of trainers on this circuit since then. Naipaul Chatterpall with the back-to-back wins from Italian Rules. A good effort from the runner-up as well. The runner-up Love to Run for Chris Engelhardt as we move on to race number 6, and we'll get you back opening leg on Monday's late Pick 4 with Travis Stone calling the action.
And they're off. Pretty good start. Laura Condisco for the inside post out after that lead. Court Denser comes on second and outside, and Town Kitty emerging from the pack to be third. Sharif is away running in fourth. Brad's Ruby hustled up far outside in fifth. Jasmine Gem 6 toward the inside, 5 lengths to make up from there. Unrepented comes out running in second. All of Me is 8th by 5. Rockin' Cozy is back in 9th. Bay Dawn is 10th. Kimmy's Lucky Star is at the back. 22 and 3/5 seconds onto the far turn. Laura Can Disco fleet-footed up top, leads by 2. Court Dancer giving chase second, 3 furlongs to go. Town Kitty keeping pace on the outside in third, still 5 lengths back. 2 Sharifa running in fourth. Rockin' Cozy rolls up into fifth and swings wide for the stretch drive. Jasmine Gem down toward the inside as the field. It's the top of the stretch. The whip is out on Laura Can Disco, but it's a 5-length lead with 3/16 to go. Rockin' Cozy moves into second. Rockin' Cozy's getting closer. Furlong out. It is still Laura Can Disco. The lead is still 4. Rockin' Cozy continuing to close, but time is running out. Laura Can Disco down to 2.5 lengths. From the back of the pack, Jasmine Gem is coming hard too. Laura Can Disco holds on. Gate to wire. Tight for second, Rockin' Cozy or Jasmine Gem farther.
Take no prisoners. Tour de force, Laura Can Disco. Boy, oh boy, was she good in race number 6.
She was good. Took the lead right from the rail from the start. How many times did she horse blow out of the gate running like that? And you just know they have run in their mind. They're going to run big if they don't win. Laura Can Disco, she thought it was the 70s. She was at 2001 Space Odyssey in Brooklyn.
Right, I like the analogy there. A sub-23 quarter with Jeremy Rose, the native of Pennsylvania, who's now 35 years old, a former Eclipse Award as champion apprentice back in 2001. And Laura Can Disco for Gary Gullo was Jeremy's second consecutive winner on today's card. He's got 4 wins this week. What does he need to do now that he's getting acclimated on this circuit?
Well, I think he's doing it. I think he's showing everybody that he's here. He wants to make an impression. He wants to stay. He wants to dig in and show that he belongs in the elite riding colony that we have in New York. Now, he had a great success, and he showed he can win big races riding a Fleet Alex. So it's good to see him getting off and getting a little bit of action.
All right, Gary Gullo, that is, turf to dirt with the one Laura Can Disco, as we kind of disco right to the first break on this Monday edition of Aqueduct Insider. We've got a lot more coming your way on MSG Plus, so stay tuned. We return where we began with the look of the Empire State Building here at Aqueduct Racetrack. Of course, the new Big A originally opened back up in September of 1959, over $30 million worth of renovations over a 2-year span, and it has been one of the jewels, the crown jewels of North American thoroughbred racing. And speaking of a jewel and a gift that keeps on giving, what about that 2015 calendar giveaway here on Friday, December 26th?
Just another reason to get out here the day after Christmas. Used to be on New Year's Day. Now we get it the day after Christmas, like another something stuffed in your stocking.
There you go, my friend. You're being very illustrative on tonight's show, and I like it.
Well, I'm pumped up about the break. I'm pumped up about the racing and all of the great stuff we have to talk about going forward.
And you're cool, calm, and collected, just like everybody else hanging around as we do the show. Let's move on to race number 7. Back out to 2 turns here on the inner track. 2-turn mile. Travis Stone with the call. State bred allowance race for 3-year-olds and up.
Awkward out of there. Okie dokie Smokey and Adams Note, both of them hustled out to grab that lead as they race for the clubhouse turn. Hidden Warrior racing through toward the inside to be third. Police Camp comes away running in fourth as the field hits the first turn. Here comes Hidden Warrior squeezing through toward the inside of Okie dokie Smokey to take the lead. So Hidden Warrior racing to the front. Okie dokie Smokey back into second. Adams Note runs in third. 3 for Me is fourth and toward the inside. Police Camp comes away fifth on the far outside. Bambi's Frosty Racer racing about 5 lengths off the lead in sixth. How About We settles in toward the inside seventh. Thanks to My Uncle is eighth by 5. Pox and Terra's at the back with Catman Foo. Down the backstretch, 24 flat. Was the first quarter. Hidden Warriors in front, heading for the half-mile pole. Adams Note has moved into second on the outside as Okie dokie Smokey coming under pressure now, losing ground back in third. 3 for Me is racing in fourth as the field hits the far turn. Pox and Terra's picking it up. Fifth, fourth, and about to be third, and here comes Pox and Terra coming after pace-setting Hidden Warrior and Adams Note, who knock heads round the far turn run. Farther back, Bambi's Frosty Racer. How About We? Thanks My Uncle's revving up on the far outside. 7 lengths to make up there in a wide trip round the far turn. So the field, it's the top of the stretch, and Adams Note's in front off the turn. Hidden Warrior down inside. Pox and Terra continuing to close is now second and coming on to take the lead for a long out. Adams Note fights on toward the rail. Pox and Terra outside. 3 for Me farther back with Bambi's Frosty Racer. 16th out. Pox and Terra has taken over the lead. It's Adams Note back into second. Hidden Warriors back in third. Here's the line. Pox and Terra. An off-the-pace win by 2.5 over Adams Note second. Then it was Hidden Warrior. 3 for me was there.
Big run from a big 4-year-old by Mizzenmass. Paxson Terra, first start since late May at Belmont Park for Top Connections, Todd Pletcher and Erod Ortiz Jr. And a first-time gelding off the layup. What is a first-time gelding and how do they perform coming back?
Well, I think everybody focuses on when a horse is gelded, how it changes their attitude. A lot of times they're colts that are a little bit tough or a little bit tough to handle, maybe a little bit studdish, they can't get their focus. But also there's a physical change in them. They carry less weight after they're gelded. Their necks and shoulders don't carry as much weight up front. And sometimes horses just have testicles that bother them, so it just makes it more comfortable for them to run. So I think there's a lot of physical as well as mental changes a horse goes through.
Good pet here, Eric Fine, the winning owner and breeder of Paxson Terra. This horse actually an older half-brother to the talented 2-year-old Ostrolenka, who we hope to see throughout the winter on the inner track, and Erod Ortiz Jr., who is oh so close. He's third nationally, but oh so close to $20 million in earnings was up from the outside.
I mean, it's pretty remarkable. I mean, I know obviously the purses are huge in this era, but that's a huge number. What a platform, or what a plateau to hit, I should say, and for such a young guy, and all the best ahead of him.
And what an agent! I mean, a talented young rider, but Steve Rushing, he is an agent of the stars, an agent's agent is what I'm trying to
Absolutely.
say. Terrific, a world-class professional. As we get it back to race number 8, Travis Stone once again calling. This was the Monday feature, and a good way to send things off regarding quote-unquote featured 8 races. It's a solid group, and there's 2 other than allowance optional claimer.
Those 2 outrun early on. Outrun by I'm Stoked, who's sent out after that lead. It's I'm Stoked in front, Green Grotto on the outside, second, Monster Mash third, toward the rail, Street Shark comes away in fourth, Glickman is now fifth, Big Guy Ian in sixth. Gomez is in behind that leading group in 7th by 3, Power World, and a big break back to Palm Island. Heading for the far turn, here comes Green Grotto up alongside of I'm Stoked, so these 2 knocking heads onto that turn together. 22-3 was the first quarter. Glickman has moved into 3rd. Big Guy Ian is wide in 4th. Monster Mash, 5th and toward the inside. Gomez is angled toward the outside 6th. Street Shark goes wide in 7th. Power World cuts to quarter at 8th. Still 9 lengths behind, though, and a quarter mile to go. Top of the stretch for I'm Stoked and Green Grotto. These 2 continue their battle into the final 3/16. Glickman and Monster Mash. They're 3rd and 4th and trying to close. Gomez down inside now 5th. Big Guy Ian in 6th. Down to the final 16th. I'm Stoked turns back Green Grotto. Final try from Monster Mash on the outside. Gomez in between those 2. I'm Stoked in front. Here's Monster Mash. Here's the wire. I'm Stoked holds on. I'm Stoked outruns Monster Mash right to the line.
Gritty in victory, I'm Stoked would not be denied for the Bromans and Mike Hushin.
He would not be denied. He just took no prisoners. You could see they were intent on going to the lead. I'm sure Michael Hushin's instructions to Manny Franco were go, be the fastest of the fast, and he just outgamed everybody. Really big effort by the winner.
And Mike Hushin's done a very good job with this New York-bred son of Hook and Ladder, who's now 7 for 12, was dangled in, or at least put in for the 62,500 after running pretty well and winning last time out with a pretty fast figure at Finger Lakes. Good effort as well, I thought, in defeat, pulling a good trip, but he ran well. Monster Mash.
Yeah, Monster Mash ran well, did pull a good trip, got to save ground, came out when he had to. And let's give some love, too, to Green Grotto, who really hung in there throughout the stretch run, forced the pace and still hung on for 3rd.
He's a real gritty overachiever who did show up with a good effort at a big, big price at race number 8. As we get to the world's fastest, pick 5, we'll assign it a figure of about 110 as we check out the stretch runs of races 1, 2, 4, 5, and 9.
Second as Tappin' Mojo comes under a drive running in 3rd. 5 lengths back to Robert Noble in 4th. They're off the turn into the stretch. Relentless Ride with a challenge from Identity Crisis. And here comes Identity Crisis up to put the nose in front as they head for the 8th pole. Relentless Ride fighting on toward the inside, though, and these 2 hook up with a 16th out. Relentless Ride inside, Identity Crisis outside, head-to-head down to the line. Relentless Ride and Identity Crisis. Identity Crisis got it on the line. Got the nose down right when it counted. Relentless Ride was right there, too. Turn straight, sway, narrow lead. Alpha J fighting on. Here's Zealicious, dives down toward the rail. Run a dub-dub, and a bit tight to the inside. Myjopia on the far outside. Here's the 8th pole now. Here's Zealicious in front by 2. Run a dub-dub toward the inside by Jopia. What the Frost, 16th out. Here's Zealicious. Here's Zealicious, the winner on the line, 1.5 lengths over Run a Dub-Dub. What the Frost was 3rd, Myjopia 4th. On the outside 2nd, and these 2 hit the quarter pole together. They've opened up 5 lengths on Full of Mind, Forever Utopia, and everybody else. Top of the stretch, Lyrical Miracle puts the blue blinkers in front for the 8th pole. Ziggy Moondust is fighting on, and then it's Forever Utopia. Down at the rail, Porto Prince has moved into 4th, but with a 16th left, Lyrical Miracle is opening up on Ziggy Moondust, who's tiring late as they head for the line. Lyrical Miracle heads up ride there by Angel Arroyo. 4 lengths in the end. Ziggy Moondust was 2nd. Forever Utopia was 3rd. Porto Prince was 4th. Wine in 5th. Painted Pony and Miss Libby as the field hits the top of the stretch. Gaga still the one to catch off the turn with a 2-length lead. Star Magnolia has been trying to get by. Is getting closer. Here's the final furlong now. Gaga down inside's a leg-weary leader. Star Magnolia trying to get by 2nd. Farther out, Wisdom of Oz started up toward the inside. Kiss Cat 16th out. Still Gaga in front. Star Magnolia can't get by. Gaga from start to finish. Star Magnolia was 2nd. Then it was either started up or a Pretty Dixie. Through toward the inside and muscling up to the outside now. 2nd as they come off the turn. Scully's on the far outside running in 3rd. And then it's Patrol Like a Champion back in 4th. They're off the turn into the stretch. Thug Daddy's in front. Phillip on the outside coming after Thug Daddy. And here is Phillip to take the lead for long out. Phillip in front. Thug Daddy back in 2nd. Then it's Really Big Cat followed by Scully. They're racing into the final 16th. Phillip is still the leader. Thug Daddy won't give up. They come for the line. It will be Phillip who guts it out. Phillip is the winner. Thug Daddy 2nd, Really Big Cat 3rd, Scully 4th.
2 wins today for the strong finisher Angel Arroyo, who was up for Jimmy Islin, along with Phillip, a gelding named Phillip in race number 9. We go back to race number 2, and it's worth checking out once again. Here's Zelicious, the mare who's by Here's Zealous, 11 for 23. We're starting off the claim for Michael Wilson and Black Swan.
Yeah, nice to see Black Swan in the winner's circle here. Michael Wilson just taking over some horses for them. He claimed this horse for them. Ruben Silvera contributed a great ride, saving every inch of ground, coming through, splitting horses. But a real nice effort by her, and what a consistent mare. 11 wins out of 23 starts now.
And she loves the inner track. She's 3 for 3 on the inner, and she didn't break all that alertly today, and she's been more of a front runner throughout her career. For her to kind of shut down and be able to sit the pocket and settle pretty nicely before splitting horses and kicking on, a real credit to where she is currently, and she was just terrific in today's second race. Much like the progeny of Frost Giant, as we get on to the Frost Giant New York bred standout on this Monday afternoon. Again, this will be the last Frost Giant standout we have before the holidays here, and we go back to I'm Stoked, who, much like the winner of race number 2, loves it on the inner track.
Loves the inner track, loves a fight, and comes out in front in a lot of those fights. You hit on something very important with the Frost Giants, and that's just how not only consistent they are, but versatile. They seem to be able to do anything, win from off the pace, on the turf, dirt, any distance. So Frost Giant is definitely a stallion worth looking into.
Who stamps his 2-year-olds with a good deal of precociousness, but they're not horses that fizzle out by the end of their juvenile seasons. And to inquire about breeding the Frost Giant in 2015, contact Eric Bishop at eric@sunrisestallions.com as we get on to the claims here on this Monday afternoon with the sun setting. Again, sunset right around 4:30, 4:25 or so, and a whole bunch of claims on today's card, including that razor-sharp mare in race number 2 who won the race.
Yeah, here's Delicious. We'll have dinner in a different barn tonight, but a lot of activity at the claim box. And now these horses will have a little bit of an opportunity to rest up before we start it all over again after Christmas.
And that is a card, by the way, with the carryover that will be drawn a week from today, Monday, December 22nd. There will be back-to-back draws, a double draw, if you will, for December 26th and December 27th. Check out NYRA.com for more details as we send it to break, and we've got a look back at the week coming up.
Thank you for your commitment to our organization, and thank you for your passion for this great sport of ours. It was a pleasure to meet so many of you last year, to see you with your friends and family at one of our 3 tracks, and we hope to see you again in 2015. It should be a great year. And speaking of family and friends, let me take this opportunity to say to you and yours, may you have a happy holiday season and a healthy and prosperous 2015.
California Chrome on the outside. Totalist Commissioner. It won't be a triple crown this year. It's going to be close. It's going to be very
teeth. It is still wicked strong, but here comes Ide with a final try. Who will win the Travers? It will be Too Close to Call. And that person that I owe an inexpressible gratitude is you, the racing fan, the horse player. Thank you. Thank you for it all. Thank you for everything.
So from our family to all our horse players,
our fans,
our guests,
the warmest of wishes
for a happy and healthy holiday season.
Happy holidays! Happy holidays! Happy holidays! Happy holidays to you!
It's the season here at the Big A, and it goes without saying, we're so fortunate that you're tuning in with us here at Aqueduct Insider, and we wish all of you out there from the New York Racing Association happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. And with the year winding down, Eclipse Award talk is very, very hot. I even go back to last weekend's racing with Take Charge Brandy out at Losal and talk of her being a potential two-year-old filly champion. And we caught up with Richard Migliore earlier in the day, and he talked about one of his favorite categories.
Well, everybody looks at the Eclipse Awards and gets excited about year-end championship honors. And, of course, we always talk about the horses. But let's talk about the human side for a minute. Apprentice Jockey, an award that's not only near and dear to my heart because it was a goal of mine and I won it way back in ancient times, 1981, but because I think it's a barometer of the future of the riding colony all over the nation. And this year we were very fortunate to have some very talented apprentices. I think Drayden Van Dyke is a very strong favorite to win the Eclipse Award. He deserves it. He's made nearly $6 million in purses to date and over 180 winners and competing in a very tough jockey colony out in Southern California. But there were some other apprentices. When I was looking at their statistics, Taylor Rice was second in earnings with over $4.5 million in earnings. A very strong year, even though she lost the bug in September, so certainly she should get support for the Eclipse Award. Juan Saez, unfortunately, his life was cut short in a tragic accident in Indiana. But it's so much promise that unfortunately we'll never know how great he could have been. And then, of course, Mike Ridfo won races from New York to Florida, and now he's riding in the Mid-Atlantic, another rider with a future. For a number of years, there seemed to be a growing movement to do away with the Eclipse Award for Apprentice Jockey. I personally think that would be a huge mistake, because without our youth, there is no future. And in the words of the great philosopher Confucius, a youth is to be treated with respect. How do we know his future won't be equal to our present?
Well said, my friend, and we got a couple of good bug riders competing right now here at Aqueduct, and Angel Cruz and Israel Rodriguez.
Yeah, very talented to go along with some very talented young journeymen, an extremely young colony here in New York, but an extremely talented colony.
All right, speaking of talent, the week's top performers, 6 consecutive days we were in action at Aqueduct, a lot to choose from. Sloppy track last Wednesday, December 10th, double down again the gray, terrific with a 103 buyer.
Yeah, and just an absolutely beautiful trip. And he looks like he absolutely loved the going. I love when horses reach out and they have their head down and they cover so much ground. Looks like he idled when he hit the front, but just a terrific horse here.
Double down again, who's 2 for 4 off a $50,000 claim for trainer Michelle Devon. There you go, a fast figure, and perhaps a horse who's on the cusp of becoming one of the best sprinters on the inner track this winter. How about back-to-back 9-year-olds winning last Wednesday, December 10th? We check out Italian Rules, who, of course, we showed him again on tonight's show.
Yeah, he comes right back just a few days later and strengthens his case for senior citizens everywhere.
Absolutely. Nightfall Chatterpaul, the trader of Italian Rules, the Calbred, who loves it here in South Ozone Park, Queens, on the winterized inner track. And we started Wednesday with the Gray Be Bullish, the 30th New York bred to hit the $1 million mark.
That's an incredible feat. I actually rode the first New York bred to earn $1 million, aptly named Win.
Right.
Be Bullish, though, in terrific form at the age of 9. I really loved what I saw from him the other day, and he looks like he might have turned back the clock a little bit.
From the soon-to-be 10-year-olds to a 2-year-old with only one race, Ocean Knight, who turned a lot of heads on Saturday.
Yeah, just a terrific performance with a 92 buyer figure, and obviously winning with something left. I thought this is a horse for the future, and speaking with his trainer, Kieran McLaughlin, he thinks he's going to be better going further.
Well, if you talk about the future, the young rider Jose Ortiz, our hot jockey of this second full week of racing on the inner track. Jose Ortiz, 11 victories Wednesday through Sunday. Had a few big seconds today, did not walk away with the victory. And how do you like this young man competing out here on the inner?
He's just a terrific young rider, and actually he passed Manny Franco, a good friend and certainly a worthy adversary on the racetrack. And this was that perfect inner track trip here. Just inside, come out when you have to, but saving ground is imperative.
Jockey standings with another Monday down, or another card down. We won't run too many Mondays. Jose Ortiz, your leading jockey, 15. Manny Franco, as the Mig said, doing well with 13. And Erod Ortiz with 11. Hot trainer, Kier McLaughlin, couldn't beat him with firsters here throughout the weekend.
He was strong, and not just here, also down in Florida, but just taking into account what he did here. A couple of really promising first-time starters clinched the trainer of the week for him.
The Estrada, a good-looking win on Saturday's card, and Kier McLaughlin will find his name near the top of the trainer standings here at the Big A, at least for the week. We'll check him out from start to finish with David Jacobson leading all barns with 5, Linda Rice with 4, Todd Fletcher had Paxton Terra earlier in the afternoon. He has got 4, and we run right on down with Kier McLaughlin and Tom Albertrani, Gary Contessa, Eddie Keneally, and Charlton Baker with 3, and we had a fun time taping the National Racing Report, which will be on the air Tuesday and Wednesday right here on MSG+.
Yeah, it's terrific. We fit in 20 races. It was a pretty quick show, but a lot of fun recapping the year.
Absolutely. Not going to want to miss that. 6 p.m. is post time, but the buzzer has sounded. Our last Aqueduct Insider before the break. I know I can speak for you, and we'll speak for everybody here at the New York Racing Association. Thank you for tuning in. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you back on Friday, December 26th.